Good afternoon, wonderful people. Let me just say, it's Citrine time! I don't know, I don't have any music to accompany that bit. Does the Tenna joke scan? Does anyone here see anything Deltarune related on their F5? I don't know. I was going for a bit. Honestly, given the topic of this video, I might have been better off doing a Steven Universe reference. Uh, but yeah, today's video is the Citrine video. Uh, you guys might not remember, or you just might have not seen my Cyto 9 video, but when I did that, I said that because eventually I'll have to double back to get Warframes that I missed, because I'm doing this in alphabetical order, I will eventually have to double back for Warframes I missed, which currently includes Chroma. But uh, another Warframe that I missed is Citrine. I would have done them before I did Sight, but here's the fun thing. Citrine is a pain in the ass to grind for. So, with that having been said, I think I will start talking about Citrine with. Sorry, there was a weird sound going on in the background. I will start talking about Citrine with her methods of acquisition. So, first and foremost, this is Citrine. Why is she holding an AK-47? Stop asking questions. Yeah, she is basically the crystal-focused Warframe, and her acquisition methods are, I guess I should say, simple yet tedious. Basically, when it comes to acquiring Citrine, there's a few steps that you need to undergo. The first of which is, of course, going over to, not the Lavarian. By the way, Citrine has lore, but she doesn't have a Lavarian entry, so I'll be going over that later. But in the meantime, main quest you want to go through before even trying, you have to go through the heart of Deimos in order to unlock the Andrade family on Deimos. Because, here's the thing, you can go from Earth to Mars, then you gotta go from Mars to Deimos, but while we're here on Mars, this is the mission where you farm Citrine. It's Tiana Pass. It's called a mirror defense. Why is it called a mirror defense? Because you're defending two different objective points at alternating times. So basically, you spend a given amount of time at one location, and then you spend a given amount of time defending a second location, and that's a round, and at the end of the round you get rewards. So I'll go over the exact logistics of that, but the reason you need to go through the heart of Deimos is so you can unlock this place called the Necrolisk, which we will go to as a means to illustrate my point about why Citrine is such a pain in the ass to farm for. So basically, the thing about Citrine is you gotta go into that mission, and that mission gives two unique rewards. They are Belric Crystals and Rania Crystals, the names of which I will go into a bit later. Basically, it's Belric Crystals and Rania Crystals, and they drop in sets of, you get 10 of both of them at the end of a round of the mission, and you get them in increments of 5 at like different points in time, depending on how well you're completing the objective.
You're the best
So basically,
Deimos.
thanks, Otak.
Will you be my friend?
Yes, Otak, I will be your friend. Thank you. Basically, what you do to get Citrine is you go over to this guy, Otak, and you open this menu, and you have Unearth Citrine. Now, remember when I said You get these things either in sets of 5 periodically, or you get 10 of both of them at the end of each round. Well, when you go over to Unearth Citrine,
Citrine wanted Belric and Rania to be together. In her.
Dignity, okay. Dignity at all times.
thanks, Lloyd. So, yeah, basically, look at these resources. Well, I mean, I guess you can't totally see it for Citrine because of where the camera's angle's positioned. Maybe I should fix that. I'll just go with it for now. Basically, in order to get the parts blueprints, you need 350 of both Belric and Rania's crystals for each of the parts blueprints. Or, on a very slim chance, if you go through 4 consecutive rounds of the mission, you have a very slim chance that you can luck one of the parts. That is why I still have like roughly 100 of each Rania and Belric's crystal fragments, because I lucked the systems at a random point. And yeah. So aside from each individual part blueprint being 350, which adds up to a total of like 1,000? Yeah, roughly 1,000. The main blueprints cost 500. So, yeah. Assuming you have terrible luck, which I do, you need to farm enough so that you have 1,000, at least 1,400, I think at least 1,400 of each Rania and Belric's crystals. So, yeah. Anyone who has experienced this grind in Warframe knows exactly how much of a pain it is. But I just felt I needed to illustrate that particular grievance. But, moving on, because this has already taken up 7 minutes of the video, what do we have to go over? We have abilities, augments, and, oh, here's a fun little bit. Those of you who aren't, like, in the loop of news about Warframe won't know this, but Citrine is actually scheduled to be our next Prime Warframe. You might be wondering why I'm doing this video now then, instead of waiting for the Prime Warframe to come out. That's because I don't have the patience for that. But, yeah, basically, let's just get into Citrine's abilities. First foremost, her passive is that she grants nearby allies 5 health regeneration per second, and also you can pick up health orbs to increase regeneration by 0.1 up to a maximum of 25. So, yeah, that's nice of her, sharing health. First ability, Fractured Blast. Simple, you're just kind of throwing rocks at people, and the rocks make them more likely to drop energy and health orbs. Second ability, Preserving Shell. It's basically just damage reduction, but also you can also increase how much protection the shell gives to herself and her allies by killing and getting assists on kills with enemies. Prismatic Gem, third ability, simple enough. Ordis, I appreciate your jokes and your comedy. Please shut up. I'm talking about Citrine. Okay, yeah, Prismatic Gem. It's basically a gem that you throw out, and it has a certain area of effect in which it will shoot out lasers at enemies that do a bunch of different status effects and damages. And then there's Crystallize. Crystallize just makes crystals protrude from enemies' bodies. It also freezes them in place. And also, when you hit the crystallized parts, it does a butt ton of critical damage. Anyway, I believe next to talk about is augments. I have to go fast with this, but Citrine has 2 augments, at least that I'm aware of. The first one, Prismatic Companion, is for a Prismatic Gem, and it makes it so that the gem attaches to free-moving companions. So, basically, just like if you have a companion and it's like running around doing random shit, the Prismatic Gem will attach to it, and that AoE will follow them around. It also gives additional Prismatic Gem duration. Uh, then recrystallize, crystallize augment, enemies killed by crystalline growth staggers, and spread the crystals to enemies within 16 meters. So, yeah, it just like repeating, expanding AoE. Anyway, I really have to get through this quick. I went through Acquisition, I went through abilities, augments. What's left is lore, I believe. Yeah. Basically, the lore of Citrine is that she was the guardian warframe to an Orican couple known as Belric and Rania. Uh, I don't have the entire story. I don't think anyone does, but the basic dumbed down version that you get from the rhymes from fuck ass Teal Rigor is this plain and simple: Belric the Bold, Rania the Clever, unleash the infested on Deimos forever. Basically, they were the ones that got the biobomb, and they're the reason that Deimos is, as of yet, an infested hellhole of a moon. With the exception of the Sanctum Anatomica, which is just fucked over for an entirely different reason that I don't have time to get into now. I don't know, maybe I should go over... But, yeah. What am I talking about? I have more lore. So, basically, what happened is, Citrine was a Guardian Warframe, and before they became infested, or before either Belric or Rania had the chance to get infested, Citrine encased them in her crystals, which is why you get fragments of their crystals throughout the mission. And basically what happens is, at Tiana Pass, I believe Rania's crystal ended up on Mars, Belric's ended up on Venus, and the distance between them, in conjunction with their love for each other, created a void tunnel between 2 different locations, because extreme emotions in the presence of void energy can just make anything random bullshit happen. It's called conceptual embodiment. That is pretty much the time that I have. I guess I should tell you guys where to get the augments. You can get them from either Red Veil or Steel Meridian. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing in the codex to go over. And yeah, she also has signature weapons, but I'm just not going to go into those. And when she gets a prime, that prime is going to come out of relics, but she doesn't have a prime yet, so I don't really have to worry about that. Thank you guys for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like if you want more Warframe related content. I have to go now. A friend is calling me to battle, as was apparent by that invite earlier. But, thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day. And, I don't know, watch some of my other content. I know there are other better places to get this information, so thank you for using me as your way to get information, but also maybe get a bit different information from me, like devil fruits, or, I don't know, my opinions about random things. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. See you guys later.